You keep being controlled by your fear of failure. You keep thinking that failure is a possibility. So you overthink and procrastinate stuff until it goes away. But guess what? That will never happen. The idea and fear of failure is not the result of a possibility. It's the cause of it. There is a specific moment probably happening right now without your awareness where your brain is treating a thought as a truth. So let's just jump into the whiteboard. Now you have a brain, and your brain has a finite amount of energy. When you have a finite resource, you want to administrate it in the smartest way possible, right? And your brain also has two biological missions. Those are survival and reproduction. So basically your brain is wired to optimize energy consumption, but accomplishing the biological missions. And how does your brain actually optimizes energy consumption? Well, that's by automating processes, making decision-making easier, and behavior automatic. Basically, your brain found a way to make choices quicker and automate your behavior. But how does your brain actually automate these processes? That's by creating a model of reality. What's a model? A model is a simplification of reality. Physics uses models, chemistry as well, economics also, and the brain also uses models. Your brain literally simplifies reality. And why is that? That's because reality is an infinite phenomenon. It has infinite variables which changes over time. And you cannot stay aware of those changes because you are not cognitively skilled to do that. So you need to simplify this phenomenon so you can interpret it and design your behavior to match what reality is like. And how does your brain create a model of reality? That's by storing memories and beliefs. That's storing memories of experiences that happened in the past, experienced by you, of course, or experiences that you imagined sometime. And from those experiences that are stored in the form of a memory, you basically interpret those situations and create a belief. So you may think that you are shy, but that's just a set of memories and beliefs you have about yourself. You lack the skill of social interactions, but you will never develop the skill of social interactions if you keep believing that you are shy, because that's what limiting you from actually changing and acquiring a new skill. Your memories and beliefs basically define who you are and what you are capable of achieving, because you automate your behavior and your decision-making process with this simplification of reality. Now, this system that's been built by your brain to protect you is exactly what's limiting you, and it's keeping you trapped in fearing failure, in having ideas of failure. This model can be divided into two big groups, and this is key here. You have your identity and your environment. Your identity is a model of yourself. It's who you think you are. It's not who you are, but it's a set of memories and beliefs you have about yourself that you use to behave. So you behave in a similar way every day, right? People already know who you are. People can predict your behavior. That's because you have a model of yourself that we call identity. Now, if you are indisciplined or you feel unworthy or unconfident, that's just a set of memories and beliefs you have about yourself. Those are just neuronal mechanisms inside your brain that causes you to feel unconfident and behave that way. So if you just manage to change those neuronal mechanisms, you can become a confident person. The key question here is, how do you change those neuronal mechanisms? Your brain takes this information, and when you get inputs from reality, from the environment, your brain analyzes all the info using this model of reality to create predictions about the future. The problem is that this model right here, in the beginning, is written and designed by your unconscious mind. So That's why you are trapped in a model that you don't like. You want to change. You want to generate new effects inside your life. You want to get new things, right? You want to build something else. But you cannot do that because you are afraid of failure. Now, how can you rewire your brain so the fear of failure becomes something that is not a limitation, and you can actually start rewiring your model of your brain inside your brain to work towards success? Remember, when you are alive and you are conscious, you experience. That's it. You are just a consciousness and you receive inputs from the environment. When you receive inputs, your mind starts processing those inputs. But those processes take shape basing on your model of reality. Your model of reality is in charge of designing your behavior and making choices. So, those specific behavior and decisions that you make unconsciously come to your conscious mind in the shape of a thought. So, when you get inputs from the environment, you are basically generating thoughts almost immediately. Your brain takes no time to do this. You are constantly trying to interpret reality and trying to figure out what's real and what's not real, and how to solve a problem in a successful way. Now, the thing is, your brain will create these thoughts. And if you think that you will fail, that you are not capable of doing it, that you are unworthy and unconfident, that you are not naturally talented to do something, that's just because you have a set of memories and beliefs about the past or imagined experiences that tell you that you will fail. When you are wired in that way, all your thoughts, which are outputs from the inputs you receive from the environment, will tell you that you will fail. So that's fear of failure. That's a great problem. Because remember, the idea or fear of failure is not the result of a possibility. It's the cause of the possibility. So, if you think you are unworthy, incapable of doing it, and you think that everyone else is extremely difficult to beat because they do so good at the thing you want to do, like making money, training, you are an artist, or you are studying and trying to get a degree or whatever. You have a belief that everyone else will do better than you. Every time you receive an input, you want to study, or you read a book, or someone tells you that there is an exam, or there is a business opportunity, or whatever, all your thoughts will go towards failure. And you will start to get anxious, you will start to overthink and procrastinate that stuff, waiting for that fear of failure to go away. But the thing is, we do not wait for this fear of failure to go away. We become aware of one fact that is key. So now, I will teach you exactly how to avoid those thoughts of failure to control your life, and how to actually have the kind of thoughts that a successful person has. The first step is to become aware. You have to become aware of your thoughts. Every time a thought pops up in your mind and tells you that you will fail, you become aware of the thought. You understand that there is a thought that is telling you that you will fail, or something negative that is not working towards success, but instead it's generating emotions of anxiety, worry, overthinking, and these kind of things. When you do that, you have to understand that your thoughts are not true or false. Your thoughts are not an accurate interpretation of reality. Your thoughts don't come from reality. Your thoughts are the tool you use to build your reality. So, many people believe that their thoughts are true. So every time they feel a negative emotion attached to a thought that tells them that they will fail, or that what they are trying to do is extremely difficult, or that they will be socially humiliated or whatever, they believe that thought is true. And that's because they think that their thoughts come from reality, from the physical plane. But it's the other way around. Your physical plane is created through your thoughts. So if you believe those thoughts are real, you will manifest them into the physical plane. When you become the observer of your thoughts, and you understand that all of your thoughts are not true or false, you are just a consciousness. That's it. You are just a consciousness. You are not your name. You're not your thoughts. You're not your body. You're not your clothes. You're not none of that. Like, you are just a consciousness. That's it. You have biological missions and an infinite amount of energy, so you need to create a model of reality to automate processes. But you are not that. That's just a tool to survive and reproduce and optimize energy consumption. But you are not that. So if you have a specific personality, that's just a set of neuronal mechanisms, and if you change those, you will just change your personality. Embodiment. What does this mean? Embodiment means basically shifting your identity consciously. You have to believe that you are a different person. But the problem here is that people think they need a justification. They need to make more money, or they need to change their environment, or they need to change their clothes, or they need to change something. But the truth is, you don't need to change anything. You just need to understand that you consciously choose to be a different person. That will start creating new neuronal mechanisms that over time will get reinforced. In the beginning, you will unconsciously try to get back to your old identity. That unconfident identity that predicts constant failure. But now you are consciously switching into a new identity that is absolutely confident, that will be successful no matter what. And you believe that deeply. And if you have a thought that contradicts this by trying to sabotage you, because that thought says that this feels unnatural, this is not the way, that you are not that kind of person, you just discard it, because now you have the skill number one, that is understanding that you are the observer of your thoughts, and you can select which thoughts you believe are true by will. You are consciously choosing to be a successful person, someone who knows will succeed no matter what. I'm not telling you that you will manifest $1 million instantly by just believing you are that kind of person. But you can make a long-term change inside your brain and start rewiring slowly and start becoming this new identity who predicts success constantly. When you predict success, that means you believe in yourself, you will act differently. You will work extremely hard, consistently, and you will stop overthinking and being like paralyzed because you are analyzing the situation, trying to avoid this feeling and fear of failure. You will just take action because you know you will succeed, someday at least. And there is no failure, guys. I mean, every time you fail, you are just learning. And the faster you fail, the faster you get successful. So the third step is to take action. So once you understand your thoughts are not true and you embody your new identity that is successful and confident, you take action from that perspective. Now you have a new way of understanding what reality is, and you choose it consciously. You are choosing consciously to be confident and you will be a successful person. And you are already successful, because what's success, right? I mean, it can be a lot of things, like being successful in a business, or being happy with your family, or whatever. So you are already successful. It's just that you will be successful in everything you want to do. So now that you are consciously choosing to be that kind of person, you take action as soon as possible. Why? Because action will bring you outcomes. And your outcomes will reinforce your memories and beliefs. But this time, you are reinforcing new memories and beliefs about this new identity you are consciously choosing to be. You are basically choosing to be this new person that is confident and successful, and you are starting to create outcomes of those that the kind of person that is confident and successful has. So you start reinforcing these new neuronal mechanisms, and one day, after a few weeks or maybe a couple of months, this new identity that you are choosing consciously now will be automatic and unconscious. So you will become that person automatically. it will become unconscious. So that day, you will have changed your prediction system. I forgot to mention that this system is called the prediction system inside the brain. So this is the loop, guys. You repeat this again and again and again. You become aware, you embody, you take action. So you become aware again, you embody, and you take action. Again and again and again, until it becomes automatic. Just ignore thoughts that tell you that you will fail, and embody the thoughts that you consciously choose to frame yourself in a successful and confident personality. I hope it helped. Thanks for watching. Stay aware. Bye.